Hi everyone, how are you today? This is Yvonne coming to you, and I'd like to talk a little bit about a series that I am starting, and it is called Purpose, Passion, and Promise. I belong to several groups, and what I have discovered is that there are a lot of people out there who are in spiritual, emotional turmoil. They're trying to figure out who they are, where they are, why they are, how do they go about figuring things out. And there are many ways that we can answer these questions. The first thing for me, and let me start off by saying I don't have the perfect life, but I have chaos and I have problems and issues and I have concerns and things that goals I'm still trying to work on. There really is no absolute perfect. There is not. And it is egotistical for one to think that there is an absolute. There really is no absolute. I think that we find the answer to that when we are no longer here. But while we're here on this level, on this plane, there are some things that we can do to bring awareness and to bring peace and mostly to bring balance to who we are. For me, what I've learned in my experiences and challenges throughout life, the first thing that you have to do is you need to be true to yourself. You need to be true to who you are, to your convictions. And a lot of people say, well, how do I do that? Well, first you have to determine who you are. You have to self-evaluate. To walk around on the planet every day and just have no cares and no worries. Um, some of that is a little bit of denial. When people don't want to face the harsh facts of who they are and the issues in their life, they take on other things to camouflage what's really going on. Whether it's spending money, it might be partying, it could be drugs, alcohol. There's some type of addiction. And what that addiction does is it just puts a little blanket over the real problem. And at the end of the at the end of that drinking binge or drug binge or hanging out with your friends or all that money you spent that you shouldn't have, you still have the same problems. Nothing has changed. You're still not happy. There's still no peace. So it's very important that we self-evaluate. You have to sit down and you have to take cold, hard looks at who you are. Sometimes it's just a matter of a piece of paper and you um, make columns. And on the first side, it could be the things that you love about yourself. And on the other side, you have to be very honest and very blunt and very open about the things that you don't particularly care for about yourself. Another thing that I've tried to practice is being consistent. You have to be consistent. You don't want to straddle the fence. People that straddle the fence are not always taken seriously because no one knows which way you're going. You don't know which way you're going. There's always confusion, there's always a struggle, it's scattered energy. So be consistent. Be consistent in your values, in your thought process, in your actions. When you form a line of consistency, then people tend to look at you differently. You tend to feel differently. If you're the same way all the time, and I'm not suggesting that you become boring. This isn't about your activities so much as it is about your inner self, about your consciousness, how you approach life, how you approach issues, the things that are important to you, um, your goals, your purposes. How am I to be consistent? Well, a lot of times it's simply about refocusing or charging to reevaluate. Evaluating is an ongoing process. It's not something that you can do one time and it's just going to miraculously cure you of the things that you're not happy with. I do self-assessments on a regular. Depending on what's going on in my life, I might be doing a self-assessment every day. But for sure, at least once a month, I have to take time to sit down with myself and figure out, why didn't I accomplish what I wanted to this month? How come I didn't reach the goal? Because you got scattered, because you allowed yourself to be distracted, you didn't stay focused. So consistency is also a very good key and a very good habit to form. And the other thing is I try to realize the goodness and blessings and positive life changes. All of that starts with me. If you want positive, great things to come into your life, if you want to see change in your life, you have to be willing to make change. And you have to stop sabotaging yourself. Sometimes we sabotage ourselves simply in the things that we say. I can't, I don't, I won't, I hate, I don't like. Those are very negative words. And we are energy. Some people don't believe in that kind of, it's hocus pocus to them. Ooh, this energy thing. But if you've taken science classes and if you were paying attention, then it is an actual fact that we are energy. We're made up of atoms, nucleus, ions, and at the center of that, excuse me, at the center of that cell is a nucleus. So atoms is our energy. It's just energy fields. Everything around us, my chair, even though it's not living and breathing, it has a certain amount of energy that it contains. The blinds, the jacket that I'm wearing, everything is filled with energy. Pardon me. And what you put out is what you're going to get back. If you wake up every day negative and angry and today is just going to be just like yesterday, there's not going to be anything different, there probably isn't going to be anything different. So you have to allow your thoughts to guide your actions, to guide your spirit and the outcome of what happens to you. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but this week or this weekend going forward, just think about that. Think about who you are. How do you find out who you are? Spend time with yourself. You don't always have to be in a crowd of people. People that are always wanting to be attached to someone else or attached to something else, it's because they're running away from who they are. They're not ready to stand up and face what's going on with them. I don't have to be in a crowd. I've never had to be in a crowd. The best time that I have is with myself. And then I allow others to come into that circle and I embrace them. But you have to find out who you are, and then you want to be consistent in your actions and your thought processes. And then you have to realize that your blessings or your life's path may not be going in the direction that you want because of something that you're not doing. You're the determining factor. Don't block the blessings. Patti LaBelle wrote a book years ago called Don't Block the Blessings. A lot of times we are our worst energy. It's not the person up the street. It's not a certain ethnic group. It's not really your boss. Sometimes it really is you. So that's it for today. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an awesome week.